Well, hey people, this is Chris Lucas. Let's see what. It's about 8 p.m. almost, December 9th, 2020. Just making this video, just don't even know where I'm going to go with it. If people stop in, I'll talk to them. If you want to join in, you can. Um, but yeah, no one's expecting this live stream. I'm on a backup channel. And basically letting people know my Liquid Smooth YouTube account got suspended again. I just hit 1,005 subscribers, so I would have been able to do live streams out on the street. I'm not sure if there's a way to get around that with these backup channels. Um, But because what I wanted to do is just do things that were more proactive and community engaging, like going up to people, and talking to them about, why they wear a face mask and or why they're afraid not to, and have like I bought like this like must be maybe a 16-foot pole to raise a sign or multiple signs up in the air and have it say various different things, just to try to wake people up, generate conversation, maybe plant it in the ground in like a busy part of town, or maybe just take some tape with me and just tape that sucker to a pole and just set up live studio shop right there, right in the middle of a busy part of town, and just be like, anyone want to be on the show? You're on the show as you're walking by anyway. You might as well just say a few words, and talk, and because I don't know, like I feel like there's a need to be more interactive with these people, like confront them more, and like maybe I was gonna have like just play a day of me walking over to the city councilman's house, just be like, hey, what's up? How come we got these mandates? And just have him explain why we have mandates and explain what he's doing about them or what he's not doing about them and why he's not doing anything about them. Because you don't have to obey the governor. I've said this several times on my shows. You do not have to obey the governor. The city council does not have to obey governor mandates because they're only mandates. You're only responsible for making laws that have to do with the governor's laws and making policies relating to the governor's laws. You don't have to obey the governor's mandates. And so anyway, my channel got suspended for medical misconduct. You know what? I'll go ahead and just switch over to my channel. Why not? Let's just see if I can switch over to it and bring up the policies. But as you can see, my channel was not suspended for saying it doesn't think Fauci experimenting on foster children is medical misinfo. Let's just keep that in mind. But switch over to. Wow, and I lost 5 subscribers. I always say things, I guess, that just makes people so angry. Gotta be so angry, man. I don't know why. Where else are you gonna go? Who else does, well, I imagine there's a couple people that do some pretty good work, but won't find too many people that are willing to go to the lengths I'm willing to go to. Oh, okay, it's got it right here. I thought I had 1,005. I was pretty happy about that. It only took me over a decade of making people angry. And finally, there was just enough that kept subscribing as opposed to unsubscribing. But anyway, let's go look at my community strikes. As you can see, I appealed them. This one I appealed way back in November 22nd. They still haven't got back to me. Because, you know what? They have no reason. I quoted a source. They actually don't have no reason for this one either. I quote a source: to me, when you're hiding life-saving treatments and you're calling it medical misinformation, and if someone lost out on knowing about that because you hid it, you hid the rope. Like, let's say someone's drowning in a lake and there's a rope sitting by the lake normally, and you go hide that rope, you're responsible. Because if I go grab that rope to go save that person and you hit it, you're responsible. You're responsible for that person drowning, okay? And like, let's say you called it medical misinfo. So I'm trying to tell, somebody who's got a family member that's sick and they're in critical care, which is happening right now. And they go and look at this and they go, oh man, I don't know, Chris, you just lost that video because of medical misinformation. Look what YouTube did to you. You must be misinforming people. I'm like, no. You got to get off steroids. You got to go take ivermectin. Please, listen to me. No. You got struck off of YouTube. I believe YouTube, because why would they do that? So now YouTube, you're responsible for that death if that occurs. You're responsible for all that person, like if they get into critical care in their life, but even if they come out of it and they're not normal no more, and that might be you. That's on. Because see, this person, they're not listening because you called it medical misinfo. They think you know more. And so you're taking that responsibility, right? So the only thing you can do is just apologize to me and say, hey, I got someone stupid. Sorry, Chris. Sorry. Don't sue us. We're going to back off. And we'll let you just have, discussions. And we'll all understand that this is just opinion on YouTube. See, why can't we just do that? Why can't we just say, hey, everything on YouTube is just opinion, and we allow people to have free speech and share opinion? But see, if this person dies because they listened to you call it medical misinformation, so I lost their trust. They wouldn't listen to me. They wouldn't listen to doctors, because these are doctors that are cited in my videos too. And they wouldn't listen to doctors. And they went and just listened to their one doctor who's a bit incompetent, in my opinion. And what if they die? What if their life's never the same? Do you accept that responsibility, right? So, yeah, like this video right here. Why is this not standard protocol for COVID-19 treatment? See, they rejected that one completely. But let's just see why that deserved to be rejected. Because look, I got it on my web page. Let's just go down here. See, and even in the video, I listed these things. And right here we got home, FLCCC, Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance. This is the Critical Care Alliance, believe it or not, it's created by very good doctors like Paul Merrick. Okay, very good doctors, very, very, very good doctors. So let's just, I'm just going to go bring that up real quick so you can actually see this site. See, these are all doctors that are right on the front line. Oh, and this guy's even testifying in front of the Senate. Is that medical misinfo? So you're saying that's medical misinfo. Medical misinfo. Let's just scratch it off. So you accept that responsibility, right? You accept it. You accept it. So since you accept that and people listen to you, you're putting yourself on the front line like me, YouTube. I, YouTube, say that this is medical misinformation and you can sue me if I'm wrong. See, all I'm doing is just make an opinion. You're making an absolute factual statement by striking my video because you're declaring that it's definitely medical misinformation. See, on my videos, I'm just saying it's opinion, right? Like, these are these doctors' opinion. Here's all the facts they have to back up their opinion. The statistical analysis, the numbers. You're just like full-heartedly, no facts in your brain, and just calling it medical misinfo. You should be able to be sued if someone dies. If someone dies because they were limited to getting this information, you should be able to be sued. You should be able to be sued if someone doesn't trust me because they saw that, oh, well, Chris, I think that's kind of conspiracy. I think you got to be wrong because it doesn't sound right to me that YouTube would take your video down. And this person's family member gets sick and dies. You're responsible. You put that on yourself, not me. I'm not, it's like me. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that this is the info. This is my opinion. This is what I've been saying. But you don't see me like saying, hey man, this is absolute fact and we got to scrub anyone who disagrees. We got to scrub them from the net. Do you see how bad that sounds? Where you're scrubbing people's statements from the internet because you're making it seem like yours is such factual knowledge and that you absolutely know so much that you have the right to just scrub people's opinion that might differ, and you just know it cannot possibly save a life. Do you realize how just dirty and diabolical that is? If you're wrong, which I believe you are, which a lot of these doctors all believe. And if the Senate agrees with them, then even the Senate agrees. So YouTube, what does that put you in? What does that do for you? I mean, it's a harmless protocol anyway. Like this whole protocol, ivermectin's been used over 3,500,000,000 times, right? It's been used that much, and like they pretty much know how to dose people. They know what's safe and what's not safe, and they pretty much know what those thresholds are. And we know what what the threshold of vitamin D and C and zinc is. It's not like they got some new crazy drug they're trying, some experimental thing. No. This is all like real basic medicines, okay? And basic vitamins. Nothing crazy. Nothing that's nothing that's going to hurt a person. But you know what will hurt a person is if they don't try to do anything or they try to do the wrong things. But this is from everything that looks like it's a very safe, thing to try, and it looks like it's effective. So why would you try to hide something like this? I mean, it's almost as stupid as trying to hide, like, hey guys, you're 7 times more likely to die of COVID if you got a vitamin D deficiency. Maybe you should take, vitamin D. Make sure you don't have a vitamin D deficiency. And then you like remove everyone's video. Like that makes no sense. Because I'm not telling people to take, 1 million IUs of vitamin D every single day. I just said, look, make sure your vitamin D levels aren't deficient. And there is plenty of statistical proof to show if your vitamin D levels are deficient, you have a greater risk of COVID, severe COVID. So why would you hide things like that? And when you hide things like these ivermectin studies, you're not doing anything different. Okay? You're not doing one thing different. So, I mean, is it wrong if I sit here and I screen share things about like concerns about the vaccine? I mean, is that really totally terrible? I mean, it's an experimental vaccine. It really is. I mean, you can't find even doctors that love it. You can't say it's not. It's not. Can't say it's not experimental. I mean, here's an article from August 5th, 2020. I mean, so what? If I just read articles from the web, how is that medical misinfo? That's another thing. You know, a lot of my videos I got suspended. I'm sitting here just reading, like, oh, look at this person's opinion. Look what they're saying. Like, I'm not saying that their opinion's 100% truth. I'm just like, look at what they said. Like, really, we can't even have a discussion like that. Like, really, our speech is controlled so much by entities not even in America, because you say it's because it disagrees with the WHO. WHO's not even part of America. So if a foreign entity is sitting here telling Americans it's unsafe to take something, but an American finds out it is safe, and what if that foreign entity wants to see them die? You know, we don't know. That's a foreign entity. That's what the WHO is. They're not part of America, so they should have. They shouldn't be able to say anything or do any. I mean, like, actually, you know, YouTube's acting almost like it's not even American, because that's not American to sit here and censor speech. And I mean, you're really behaving like you want to protect. Excuse me. Like you want to protect some foreign entity's opinion. But anyway, you know, this part of the show, actually the whole show, nothing planned, nothing scripted. I was, you know, basically testing to see who might happen to stop by, you know, seeing if anyone's notified on my new channel. And I normally never do shows on, what is today anyway? Is it Wednesday? Wednesday, yeah. I never do shows on Wednesday because I'm always working in the evenings and at night. But I broke my toe. Well, I thought I broke my toe because my whole foot it was my baby toe, and I woke up. It looked okay, like I could go to work, and then all of a sudden, right before I had to go to work, the whole area started turning gray and purple, and even the bottom half of my foot started turning that color, so I got a little worried. My wife said, hey, you should really go get that checked out. Listened to my wife, went and had it go get checked out. Thought maybe it was broken, or maybe I had some kind of compound fracture, or maybe a dislocation. Turns out it was just a bad jam. But never had. Man, I tell you what, that must be about as bad as you can jam it before you do something severe. See, right? What is this? Can you see this? Hold on. Okay, December 9th. Here we go. 4 volunteers who took Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine developed Bell's palsy. Evil FDA denies a temporary facial paralysis. Sorry, gosh. Paralysis caused by the shot. So that is breaking news. Ooh, I can't report breaking news though. Not on my other channel. Huh. Let's go see if this is even true. See, look, YouTube. I'm even gonna look it up. So we're gonna copy this, and let me unshare this and share it in like a new screen. So let me just kind of paste that in. We're gonna stop sharing this. But see, this is a great show. Great, awesome show. And no one's gonna ever know about it. But see, if more now, hey, you know what? If YouTube didn't suspend my other channel, I would have been able to get in contact with way more people because there's more people on my other channel that shares a lot of information on that channel. And so if anyone who normally watches my show on my Liquid Smooth channel and this information was delayed and you got a loved one that gets Bell's palsy or something like it from this COVID shot, and YouTube banned my video. Well, suspended my account on my Liquid Smooth channel, so you couldn't get the information. And then you got someone else. You couldn't warn someone you knew about it. They got it. And it's like, well, man, Chris, I wish I could have shared that. Well, that's no problem. No problem. YouTube thinks, I push medical misinformation. Just sue YouTube. So, So it looks like we got a lot of info about this story. I mean, Wyon News is a pretty good news company, pretty credible. So is Daily Mail. Wyon is from India. They're a big India news company. Probably bigger than Fox News here, or CNN. But, well, let's just go with theirs. Theirs is more recent. They might have newer info. So, 4 trial volunteers who got Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine developed Bell's palsy. One thing I think I'll do, I should probably just go share this show. Good show so far. You know what, folks, anyone who's watching this show right now or watching it on a replay, I tell you what, you might want to fast forward about 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to go ahead and share this link on a few Facebook channels I have because no one knows I exist right now. No one knows I'm existing over in this netherland of 10 whole subscribers. So I gotta get this link out here. Get on the Facebook. Yeah, you guys can't see this because I got this like hidden off a screen. So I'm just gonna kind of, you know what? Here we go. Just to make the show more interesting. Hey, new person, whoever joined my show, I got kicked off of my other channel, and so I'm trying to share information. And by the way, anybody who is late getting any of this information I have to share, and you're like, well, Chris, normally I subscribe to Liquid Smooth. I wish I would have known about this before my relative, got this and then got Bell's palsy or any of these other odd effects. You can thank YouTube for getting that information late and just file a lawsuit with them. I mean, that's what I would do if I was you. Yeah, I'm all about just my spontaneous show. Oh, did I actually? Yeah, I did. Okay. So this is just letting you know what I'm doing right now. I just want people to know I'm doing a live stream. Okay, my spontaneous show hurt my foot, didn't work. Now I found out my YouTube channel was suspended. This is my new channel. So let's see if we got spontaneous live show. I am doing now. Okay. That way everybody knows. You can even call in and join. And go to my other pages, let them know that I'm doing a live show. So these are all my other pages. I would go to exposing the Vatican takeover of the world page. That's, if you can find that on there. I always love anyone adding me as a friend because I think more people hate me than anything. So if anyone wants to add me as a friend, that's always great. I lost over 1,000 friends this year. I used to DJ. It used to be like the life of the party. With some people, and I used to be so excited seeing me. And boy, oh boy, if you just have some different views and they really don't want to entertain those, you will not be in anyone's good graces. So anyway, the boring part of the shows are over now. But that's my other one too. Because I'm going to run as a Republican candidate again. And hopefully this time people actually support me and understand that just because I oppose Trump and I oppose a lot of things going on, that maybe I'm on your side. Because do you want the vaccine? Do you want all these things? No, you don't. You don't, you crazy people. You do not, at least you do not want this forced onto you if it's unsafe, okay? And what am I trying to do? I'm trying to make sure you guys got options, okay? Did you want your state closed down? Guess who wouldn't have closed it down? But look at how the Indiana media treated me. They were like, no, we got to make sure we shove you off of our Facebook pages and we ban you from our being able to post on our Twitters and all this other stuff. Why? My opponent supported the lockdown. My opponent, Mike Braun, when I try to call him about to get a head start on the election rigging and things that he needed to investigate, no call back, no concern. When I was complaining about too many Catholics being nominated by Trump, obviously Catholic Mike Braun didn't see a problem with that, even though I said, hey man, I just don't like the fact that they're for global warming, open borders and things like that. And I really think, we need to put some different people in there. And it's like, no problem. So, hey, everybody who's joining the show. This is a random live show. I do want to show you one thing. Don't go. Let me show you one thing. Let me just show you one thing. And then you can leave. Then if you're like, oh, wow, your show's terrible, that's fine. I just want to show you. 4 trial volunteers who got Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine developed Bell's palsy. This was published on December 9th, 2020. Why on? In case anyone's unfamiliar with them, they're one of the largest news media outlets in India. So they're fairly credible. I never see them really say crazy stories, So, and it says, as the United Kingdom began administering people with the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, For people who got the Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine and the firm's trial developed Bell's palsy, a form of temporary facial paralysis, according to the U.S. regulators' report on the shot. So, U.S. regulators said this. So this isn't fake news. Like I said, if I go back, let me go back. You can see a lot of people are reporting on this. A lot of different news agencies, The Spectator. I'm just going to the bigger names you would know, Daily Mail. So fairly, Daily Mail on MSN.com. I mean, a lot of people, think MSN is very good. Here we go. They're reporting this. So this is not, false information. Well, it might be. I mean, let me just save myself from getting my channel suspended again. It might be false information. All these big corporations might be reporting false information. It's possible. But I'm just saying, you don't think they got to be a big time news corp to do this. But anyway, it says Food and Drug Administration regulators said there wasn't any clear way that the vaccine caused Bell's palsy, but warned that doctors should watch for the alarming side effect, and Pfizer should continue to keep tab on how many people it strikes. So let's see here. They didn't have Bell's palsy. You gave them it, and they just happened to develop Bell's palsy, but you cannot in any way clear way say the vaccine caused the Bell's palsy. But there seems to be a correlation there. Bell's palsy is a condition that causes temporary weakness or paralysis of facial muscles. It can usually occur when the nerve that controls the muscles becomes inflamed. Okay, you know what? If it's because it's inflamed, I was told that this is a nice, safe vaccine, that there's no way that this mRNA can escape this bubble that it's in, and that this bubble helps it to penetrate the cytoplasm of a cell, and thereby, the cell reads the instruction, reads the mRNA, and then it does some kind of sequence, and then spits out, a spike protein that looks exactly like the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein, and that it doesn't create a virus at all, but just a harmless spike protein. But there is concerns that RNA that travels throughout the body, if it's enough of it, can cause edema and thrombosis. And the fact that they just said, that muscles became inflamed makes me wonder. I'm not saying this did happen, just makes me wonder if the mRNA got outside of its capsule, went through the bloodstream, and caused inflammation somewhere. Well, I'm going to leave this broadcast at that. And because I hear some crazy stuff going on upstairs with my kids. So later, and I'll try to do another one.